Hey, what's up everybody? Bdf 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so got what I needed from the grocery store. Now let's head back to the bank, do the deposit, and then head back home. It's been a pretty good day so far. I cannot honestly complain about much of anything. Just want to thank God, first of all, for allowing me an opportunity to have a wonderful day thus far. That's what I want to say. Hope you're having a great day as well. Thank everybody for tuning in to whatever I have to say here. We're going to find out what it is because I don't know yet. But, I just, as I've been saying all day long on this channel, I just want people to vet people properly, align yourself with people properly. Don't just eat slop, so to speak. Don't just consume propaganda and different narratives that are no good for us. Have some notion that such things exist, because what ends up happening when we do that is we end up aligning with people we have no business aligning with for reasons that do not make the world better for ourselves, better for other people, etc. I think it's really sad how we found ourselves in this space. I'm walking past a bunch of homeless encampments. They're sending all this money over to different countries to fund wars and so-called accomplish gaining freedom. But then you have situations like this in our own country, and people don't give a damn at all. They don't have the money apparently to house people, but they got the money to send to Israel for whatever Israel wants to do. You got the money to send to move on into, how you doing, man? Different places like Venezuela and take oil from the people. And we can't find simple solutions for this. We dehumanize people in our own country. A lot of people who have served our country, they're veterans in a lot of cases. And they don't give a damn about these people who served in these wars in a lot of cases. Come back mentally messed up from doing so because we're too busy trying to fund the next war, trying to send our next generation into that same reality for themselves. I'm sick of it personally as an American. I'm tired of it. I personally don't want to send, if I were to have a son or a daughter, I wouldn't want them to go to the military at all. Even though a great deal of my family benefit from the military, even myself right now, my family helping me with military earned money, and I still feel that way. And the reason why I feel that way is because look what they're doing. Look what our country is up to, man. Look how we're treating our own citizens just because they look a certain way, or because they align with people who may be considered illegal. We're treating people that are not illegal as if they're bad people in the name of trying to catch illegal people. I mean, what is an illegal person anyway? You can't breathe my air. You can't walk in my land. You can't earn a living here. Have we forgotten this is stolen land? None of us are legal here except for the Native Americans and their descendants. And a lot of people we're othering look just like Native Americans because they come from those bloodlines. A lot of them come from those bloodlines. That's why a lot of times you can't tell the difference between a Mexican person and a Native American person, because it ain't none. There is no difference. That is the point. A Native American person in 1830 decides to move their family to Mexico, and all of a sudden in 2026, they're illegal. A Mexican person decides to move their family from Mexico to what we understand as America in 1830, and you fast forward to 2026, and they're legal. This is stupid, man. This is stupid. And it's stupid because it's evil. It's aligned with stupidity because it is not right. Just like everything else the devil has, it's inaccurate. And it's aligned with a, as I often say, a self-destructive button. which facilitates its own failure. These images we're seeing all over the country are disgusting, man. The way we're so happy and comfortable instilling fear in innocent people just because they don't have paperwork. Now we're so happy to instill fear and terror and angst in the minds of people who have committed no violence, have stolen nothing from anyone, who are contributing in a lot of cases to our economy with the jobs that they're willing to do for little to no pay, giving us all discounts on labor, and yet we have no respect for the help they provide the country because of their skin color, which only vets them this way because of demonic, self-destructive entity energy that aligns with that. This is stupid, man. White supremacy is stupid. I just want to tell people it doesn't make any sense to vet people that way. It doesn't make any sense to think that makes any sense at all. This is stupid. You're cutting off your own nose despite your own damn face. And you're celebrating drinking of your own poison. You're celebrating drinking your own damn poison. This is what I want people to understand. Those people are not your enemy. In most cases, they're not even doing the things you say they're doing. Saying that they're selling drugs, people ain't even selling drugs. In a lot of cases, they're not even who these people say they are. This is just white supremacist evil trying to inflict pain as a primary intention over a lot of different things that benefit itself. That's what you're seeing there. It's cruelty as the main intention. And willing to take losses that come with being able to inflict that right to cruelty toward others. That's what this is. People value being assholes more so than they value getting rich in a lot of cases. That's what this is. People ain't no harm to you. And it's getting to a point where you allow this culture to manifest into what it is we're seeing right now. That's what it is. This is an evolved version of that. This was ridiculous. This ice crap was ridiculous when I was a child. People from my generation were running from La Migra. This is not new. This is an evolved version of that, which has gotten significantly more wicked and more sinister. That's what this is. This was far out of hand as it pertains to how it was treating people long before we got to this point, y'all. Long before we got to this point. But because people don't care about other people and take a great deal of pride in treating other people poorly and instilling fear and anxiety in other human beings for the sake of their own whatever, however it goes, you had something like this evolve into what it is that we see here. That's what I think. That's what I've observed. That white supremacy was so happy with treating people of color so poorly in every little cluster it exists in, that those practices have evolved and has also in turn consumed some of them. The need to other certain people has now bled into them othering one another, which is always what it was destined to do. This is always what it was destined to do. It was always meant to separate and divide and further separate and divide and further separate and divide. It was never going to stop anywhere. It was never going to find satisfaction anywhere. You want to know why Miss Good died? Because white supremacy doesn't stop at people of color. It continues to divide into white people once it has done the damage that it's done to people of color. It divides itself because it's meant to destroy itself. Anything demonic is meant to destroy itself. I keep telling y'all. Anything demonic is meant to destroy itself and others. But definitely itself, not before humiliating itself and exposing itself. This is what it's intended to do. This is what the functionality of demonic energy is meant for. But it's supposed to be incapable of understanding that or being aware of that or seeing it that way or what have you. It's never supposed to actually get that part. Because if it did, then it wouldn't be effective in doing so. Ask people. I want to legitimately ask anybody who will listen. Does this actually make any sense? For us to be so proud of ourselves as a society, for treating people who are not from here so poorly when none of us are actually from here. I can see if this was a nation where the people who are from it have always been here. I could see that. Like China or something like that. And then a bunch of people from outside of China come into China and take their jobs away. Whatever it is y'all telling each other this is happening here. If that were going on there, because they've been Chinese and pure Chinese for so long, I think it makes a lot more sense than a brand new country filled with a melting pot full of people. The majority of them may be one type of people, but a good portion of them are all different types of people. Looking at a certain people who likely would have had proximity to this land sooner than all of us would have been able to, given the fact that we're from overseas and they're from down the street. Suddenly, in all of our brash, conquering energy, suddenly feel like we are justified in treating them poorly in the name of cleansing this land from which we are not from of them. White supremacy will always justify its own ignorance and poor behaviors and always stiff-arm accountability and the shame that comes with doing the things that it does that are shameful. It's a demonic energy that follows all the demonic rules, so to speak, has all the demonic limitations, and I keep trying to help people understand this. It is demonic. It follows the imprint of everything. It has the weaknesses and the strengths of everything demonic, and this is just another example of that. The audacity of it, the embarrassing audacity that comes with it. It's embarrassing itself at every turn. Leaving itself to be, it requires that it erase history books so that the truth doesn't be revealed about itself. These people are more interested in shutting people up who are telling the truth about them than they are giving those people something good to say about them that is true. Yes, that's another thing that's really like just an example of where it is a loser like the devil it serves. That it's so awful in nature and it's ashamed of its awfulness, but too arrogant and too stubborn to change its ways. So it would rather change the world around it so that it can't tell the truth, or that it would be afraid to tell the truth about itself, rather than just change itself so that the truth could be palatable for it. It's just like, eventually, all of us who live in these white supremacist clusters need to understand what drives this thing and why it's no good for any of us going forward. Not for people of color, and certainly not for white people either. Because it's a demonic ideology that's meant to destroy itself, just like everything else the devil has control of. It's meant to destroy itself. Don't follow it. Don't pass it to your children. You should be welcoming of different people. Maybe there is a limitation to where, maybe there's a way, a road someday down the way where we do have to say, okay, now we're overcrowded. Now we can't afford to house everyone, and we need to be more respectful of the limitations of the land. Maybe there's a road down the way where that's the case. Anything can be met with capacity at some point. Anything can be met with overpopulation at some point. I respect that. Are we anywhere near there, honestly? Of course not. Of course not. There's so much land that hasn't been inhabited in this country. There's so many places you can put homes in this damn country. You are nowhere near capacity. Anybody that tells you that is a damn fool. This is about wanting to treat people poorly for the sake of treating people poorly. This is about wanting to inflict pain on people, suffering on people. This is about getting off on, this is about sadism, being sadistic. This is what this is. And if we're gonna get to the root of what it is you're seeing with this ICE crap, it's just being sadistic. That's all it is. It's relishing in the understanding that you're inflicting pain on someone else. One of the byproducts of being a white supremacist is wanting to inflict pain on other people and wanting to get away with it. And it's exactly what this is. Wanting to be able to justify it with rhetoric that you control. Does that sound familiar? You're seeing it in a lot of different places in regards to what it is we're seeing. People want to control rhetoric, wanting to get away with treating people poorly, wanting to put forth some type of sick, ironic excuse for why it's fine to do it that doesn't actually line up at all. Vilifying other people and then dehumanizing them further, and then from there, making it okay to suffer them ills that come their way, and anybody that stands around them is a bad guy too. And collateral damage is acceptable because those people standing next to these people, and we got to get these people. And then why? Because we're afraid of what happens to us if we don't. Like, you always got to inflict some type of pain on somebody else in order to feel safe. You got to make somebody else feel unsafe in order to be safe. Got to make somebody else feel uncomfortable in order to be comfortable. It's just, it's a tired, sadistic energy, man. It's not preventative of anything. You create more people that hate you, more people that demonstrate against you, more people that want to see you off the earth. You're not making yourself safer doing that, and you don't intend to. You just want people who are listening to think that's what your intentions are. That's not actually your intentions. It's never about making yourself safe. You don't care to make yourself safe. You want people to hate you. You're trying to make the world less safe for you. And those of us who are smart enough to know that, know this. You're not confused by this. I don't think it's something it's not. And this is what I want to say to everybody who's paying attention to what it is I'm saying. This is sadism. This is a sadistic entity that wants to destroy, not create. It wants to make unsafe itself and others. It wants to hurt people. And it wants you to look at that behavior and support it. Because God forbid it isn't supported in what it is it chooses to do. God forbid it isn't rooted for while it's doing a bunch of stuff that should not be rooted for. It's weak. It's a weak entity that needs to do in order to feel. It needs to do harm in order to feel safe. It needs to be supported in order to feel secure. It's just weakness at its core. That's all it is. It's weakness. It needs an excuse in order to feel justified. It can't just stand and say, yo, I feel like hurting people, so I'm going to do so. F all of you. It can't do that. Because then it doesn't feel secure when its behavior. It's uncertain of itself. It's going to second guess itself if it doesn't have the affirmation of others, the support of others. It's going to collapse, just like any other weak entity. That's why it needs a narrative. It's not that it's necessary in order for it to accomplish its narrative. It's necessary in order for it to coax its own mind as it engages in whatever choices it makes. Is this okay, Daddy? Are we good, Daddy? Daddy says, no, okay, I'm not comfortable with it. I can't do this. That's what that is. You really want to know why the narrative is in place, as it continues to do horrible things to horrible people, because it needs that confirmation that it's okay to do any damn thing, let alone things it has no business doing. And I tell you, I understand white supremacy. I understand the devil in all of his actions. I know why he does what he does. He don't even know why he does what he does, but the Lord put it in my heart that exactly why he does what he does. Half of the people that follow him don't even know they're following him, let alone the imprint of what his traits are and things. They don't get any of this. And that's exactly where he wants it to be. You just happen to find yourself in spaces that he wants you in, and you end up doing things he wants you to do. But there is a reason, there's a rhyme and reason around all of it. There is rhyme and reason to every bit of it. And if you're focused strong enough on it, you won't be confused by it. Well, these people on sale, we're going forward in Venezuela because they pushing fentanyl. They don't even make fentanyl in Venezuela. That's not even where it is. Well, we going forward, we going to kill all these people because October 7th. Hamas. You killed all them people on October 7th. You funded Hamas. There would be no Hamas without Israel. Israel made Hamas. Funded them and everything. Just like America funded ISIS or the Taliban. It's always some white supremacist entity feeding someone brown that they ultimately plan on turning on tomorrow, giving them the same guns that they're being shot at with. I just don't understand why these terrorists are coming after us. You're the terrorist. It's all the same white supremacy. It's all the same devil it serves. I keep telling people this. It ain't deeper than that. They always want to silence somebody telling the truth about them because the truth will not suffice, because they know what they're doing is shameful. And they have to have someone support them for any choice they make. And so if you look at what they do and call it for what it is, you're not supporting them, and then they can't stand in that space. The insecurity of their nature, the weakness of their nature cannot effectively stand still in that space. So anytime you don't support them, regardless of what it is they're doing is good or bad, suddenly you're a bad guy. Because God forbid you make them see themselves as the weak entities they are. God forbid you reflect upon them the truth about them. So what's going on there? The devil gave them all this energy to do all this evil, but not enough security to do it without support. It's because he didn't have the ability to give them that. Because he didn't have it himself. That's the reality. And that's why I don't fear them, because I understand them. I understand the root of what they do and why. What drives them to continue doing it. I get it all. And because I understand that, I have some notion of what they're going to do next and what's coming for them. And if you know what's coming for them, then you definitely don't fear them. And as you can clearly see, I don't require those same things. I don't require a need to, is it okay I say this? Did I get the confirmation from y'all that this is okay to say? God didn't make me that kind of weak. I wake up in the morning and say, gee, I wonder what people are going to think of this truth I'm telling them. Man, they're really not going to get along with me for telling the truth. I don't harbor those concerns. It's not a fear I have. God didn't wire his people that way, having us worried about what the heck we're going to say and who's going to agree with the truth. The truth is the truth. The truth suffices. The truth confirms itself as you look around and align it with what it is you see. It's not an alibi that requires some type of, patsy to agree upon it. No. You're going to line it up with what it is you see, and it's going to make sense. It's going to be accurate to what it is that you're able to confirm right in front of yourself. Truth confirms itself. I don't need to say, is this okay? You think they'll buy this? Did it work? No. They're going to buy it if they can put 2 and 2 together. Here's a 2, there's another 2. Put them together. Ain't nothing to buy. It is what it is. Hamas. These people are a joke. That's what I'm here to tell y'all, man. And they're standing behind ISIS. They stand behind ICE. They're standing behind all different types of shit. It's all them. If y'all really want to know the truth, it's all them. It's all the same devilish white supremacy, whatever forms and fashions. And some of it is at war with itself. Some of it is at war with other factions of itself, which is what's confusing for a lot of us onlookers. That part is confusing. The infighting, the presence of the infighting is really confusing to a lot of people who are watching this from the outside trying to put 2 and 2 together. But why doesn't this line up? Why does it look like they're not aligned in this area? Why does it? This can't be the same entity because look at them fighting with one another. No, they didn't fight all the time. That's the point. They can't trust one another at all. They're looking to one-up one another all the time. They're looking to betray one another all day, every day. And when you have that in mind, when you're looking at the behavior, some of this stuff comes together a bit better for us. Why it seem like this side is against that side? This side is saying that they're going with this, and this side's over there saying they're going with that. But you can clearly see both of them evil. It's because evil infights. Evil wars amongst itself while it secretly tries to pretend it doesn't exist. It's a constant war with other factions within its own circumference. You put that into what it is you're looking at, it'll make a lot more sense. Some of the stuff that you're seeing, it doesn't seem to make sense. They ain't fighting. They're at war with themselves. He is blackmailing him, and the person being blackmailed really wants out from under that blackmail. So this is how he hints at that being the case, as we've talked about before. There's a lot of that going on too, dry snitching. A lot of dry snitching, because people are being held against their own will. And they want the power that their handler has, and they're hoping that they can find some wiggle room so they can turn the tides on their handler. Turn the tides on the person who has their hand up their butt, using them as a puppet. The imprint of that understanding will help you understand what it is you're seeing. That's what that is. That person's trying to do a switcheroo on the circumstance, get an upper hand where they otherwise have a hand up their butt. That failed. And now this is what this looks like. Well, last week this person was acting like they were strong. Now they tucking their tail. Because they thought they had some leverage they actually didn't have. They thought they were in a position to switcheroo, and actually they were not in that position, and this is what it looked like. I'm telling y'all, man, the devil's infighting is very confusing when you're looking at people telling lies and acting like they're not who they say they are, and acting like they're aligned with the goodness when they're not. When you start seeing the confusion take place, and people start to moonwalk at certain times, they look at the clock and they start moonwalking, there may be some infighting going on. Somebody thinks they're close to things. Somebody's predicting things are going to change when they're not actually about to change. And so they're changing their tune a little bit, but then they're going to have to renege on that. Confusion everywhere, because the devil is a liar. The devil is a poor measurer of mathematics and things. He's not good at any of this. And so people he controls are not good at any of this. They're bad actors, poor planners. Because the failure that he coerces them toward has to be facilitated somehow. I keep telling y'all, devil's a loser. And that failure comes some kind of way. He gonna lose. Question is, How does that look when it happens? What makes that happen? What does it look like when that's actually taking place? Turn this way. And I tell you, if you look at things through a spiritual lens and you understand that the devil has never actually aligned his people or never actually aligned with one another, that none of them can ever trust themselves or in one another, if they're always looking for some type of confirmation that it's okay to do whatever thing they're doing, whether it's good or bad, mostly bad, because that's how it operates just in general. But it needs that cosign. It needs that security from outside sources. When you look at it that way, then a lot of these behaviors that you see make sense. I just ask the Lord continue to make it clear to me what it is I'm seeing, and make it clear for me to express to others what it is that I'm seeing. That's what I'm asking. Continue to reveal to me what is there to see, and make it so that the devil can't get over on me or the people I speak about or speak to, rather. I'm not able to get over on us. That's what I'm asking for. Align us with what it is we can trust. Make us strong enough to take the steps of being trustworthy. Give us the discernment, the wisdom, and the path that aligns us with our best reputation so that we can find ourselves outside of being compromised in the presence of so much compromised behavior in people. That's what I'm asking for, man. So much evil and all this confusion and infighting and destructive intentions that are destined to fail in a lot of cases. And his influence on the minds of those who are spiritually deficient. Yeah, that's the Lord that helps people who can't see clearly, man. Can't see the forest for the trees. Can't see what needs to be done in their own lives to assure that they're all right. They want to be all right, but they don't know what that looks like in their own lives. They listen to the wrong people, following the wrong interests, aligning with the devil and all his intentions when they hope to be successful in life. They want to know God, but the people who are supposed to be teaching them about God don't know God. You know, those are the people that really need prayer right now, man. You know, a lot of people getting on Drewski these days. If y'all been paying attention to the comedian Drewski, pointing out with his comedy skits, these pastors in the black community that are over the top. Clearly they're all about money. Clearly they're all about their own fortune and fame. And they mad at him for pointing it out and making light of their egregious behaviors. A lot of them sitting here saying, oh, Drewski playing with God. No, Drewski is pointing you out. Drewski's doing the Lord's work. Y'all leading people down the path of unrighteousness. Y'all leading people down the path of giving all their money away so that you can wear Dior jackets and have big, fine Bentleys. Lord is exposing the imprint of your propaganda upon the black community and the compromised nature of your alignment with evil entities such as Israel. And this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like when people wake up. Art starts suggesting the reality of what you hide. Suggesting to you that you've been misguided in a lot of cases. And that you better turn your ways. Some of y'all, at the end of your lives in judgment, they're going to be asking the Lord why he didn't provide you a warning. Why he didn't lead you down a path where you are fully aware of what it is that you should be aware of. And this is going to be his answer. You didn't see the Drewski skit? You didn't see the Chappelle skit? You see what I'm saying? This is going to be the answer. I let you laugh. I let you see it in a way that you were able to palate. See your own hypocrisy in a way that made you understand yourself a bit better. It made you understand where you were going wrong. Did you not see that? Did you not apply that understanding to and see the irony? See the correlation between your behavior and the folly that came from that skit? See, that's the problem. Right there. A lot of these people want, just like every other demonic entity, want to continue to be able to get away with stuff it has no business doing. They don't want the truth. It's at war with the truth. Just like every demonic entity at war with the truth. It ain't no different than any other cluster of human beings at war with the truth. Nah, don't tell the truth about us. No. Nah. You woke. Why you woke about us? We want to continue to get over on people. We know we're getting over on people. And you stopping the money train. You playing with God. As if you call yourself God, and I guess that's what it is. He's playing with you. As you playing with God. This is why I tell my uncle, man, I'm not really interested in going to church, man. I'm not. Because I understand that this is the environment for which a good portion of these Christian churches are working in. Deception, capitalism, exhaustion, fame. They're trying to spend 2 hours singing songs and promoting things that they're going to be doing in the church before they even get to scripture. Read scripture for 10 minutes. Everything else is about promoting the church. A youth pastor Bible church on Thursday and youth ministry tabernacle on Friday. And every one of them things, every last one of them got a period of time where they're going to send around the offering plate. Now you could donate when you get here. We're going to donate when you get here. We're going to be on Thursday. We're going to do the youth Bible study, pastor, the tabernacle. On Friday, we're going to do this. And this Sunday, we're going to do it. And every single one of them got an offering session. So you give a little money here today. Over it, man. You know these people demons? You know these people demons, bro. I don't have to pretend these people demons. I know they demons. The devil know the Bible better than most human beings do, so you can't tell me just because they read the scripture that they mean me any good. They don't. They mean themselves whatever they mean themselves. They just want that fame. They want that money. They want that confirmation. And everything they saying is fine, even though what they doing ain't got no business being done. They doing that confirmation. And every devilish entity needs that. We sure, boss? Daddy, can we do this? It's all the same devil. I mean, I'm telling you, they all behave the same way. Anything controlled by the enemy always has the same stupid stuff that it continues to do everywhere it goes, man. No matter what human it inhabits, no matter what cluster or what subject it hovers around, it's always going to behave the same damn way. Deception, insecurity, jealousy, hypocrisy, sexual deviancy, selfishness, and hoarding of money. It's all the same thing. And no matter what it is, it's all if it's attached to the enemy, it's gonna do this, and this. And at some point in time, as human beings who follow the Lord, we have to understand how to distance ourselves from these energies, bro. Just because you were raised in this culture don't mean it was ever any good for you. Have a relationship with God that teaches you how to find His intentions, how to lead you toward what His hints are specific to your walk in life, so you don't miss the Drewski skit in your world. You see what I'm saying? Bdf 44, I thank you all for watching.